Hey everyone, and welcome back to Elden Ring. We are in Stormveil Castle, and we are at the Limgrave Tower Bridge, which extends all the way across here. We've gone underneath it. We will eventually go across it, but currently there is nothing for us to do over there. So once we complete the castle, then we'll head over that direction. So we took care of the lion. I'm just going to peek out here real quick because I think it's just a one-time fight. I don't know if it respawns. It does not. So once you defeat it, it is gone. So you can't farm that one. I think that there was some Trina's lilies over here, but I'm sure I picked them up. Alright, so my plan for this episode, we are going to continue in Stormveil Castle, but first we are going to go to the Roundtable Hold, and we're going to speak with the maiden that we had been talking to, the Heartbroken Maiden, known as Roderika. So she's over here by the fireplace. Let's go ahead and talk to her.
Greetings. Nice to see you again. My name is Roderika. I should have told you sooner. Isn't this place impressive though? The Roundtable Hold. Covert quarters of the Two Fingers. And gathering place of champions who vie to become Elden Lord. I never knew the guidance bestowed upon us Tarnished had such fantastic roots. Although, it's all a bit much for me, in truth. I'm still looking for my own purpose. Oh, and please allow me to express my thanks for giving me that keepsake from my men. It was as if I was frozen with self-pity. I failed them at every turn. You have my gratitude. Please, take this.
Excellent, so we get another golden seed.
It's all a bit much for me, in truth. I'm still looking for my own purpose.
Alright, so if you go through and finish Stormveil Castle before giving her the memento, I believe she still ends up here, but I'm guessing that you may not get the golden seed unless you had already given that to her. So definitely worth doing it that way. So we've exhausted her dialogue. Let's come over here and talk to Hugh and see if we can upgrade anything.
Well, where have you been hiding? I took you for dead. No matter, it's all the same. Lay out your arms then.
Alright, so we now have the option to talk to him about Roderika. So let's go ahead and do that.
The girly boy here. She's crestfallen and can scarcely swing a blade. But she has a gift for spirit tuning. I saw another one like her long ago. Their eyes share the same hue.
Interesting. Okay, well, let's take a look at the armaments real quick. So we do have enough to get the Uchigatana to a +6. Oh, I guess we can do both of them. So let's go ahead and put that up. And we might as well increase the Demi-Human Queen staff as well. And I don't think that we had picked up anything Somber 3. Yeah, we didn't pick up the Somber 3 to be able to do that. So, so now that he's mentioned Roderika, let's go talk to her again and see what she might say about that.
It's all a bit much for me, in truth. I'm still looking for my own purpose.
So let's tell her what the blacksmith said.
You're telling me I possess some kind of gift? I don't believe you. But if I do have this talent, and goodness knows it would be my first, I suppose I should try to hone it, shouldn't I? I'll ask Master Hugh to teach me. Certainly he does appear intimidating and holds no love for us tarnished. But I know he's trapped here at the Roundtable Hold, so I can tell. He's a gentle soul underneath it all. If I do have a talent for spirit tuning, and goodness knows that would be a surprise, I suppose I should try to hone it, shouldn't I? I'll ask Master Hugh to teach me.
Let's take one more trip back here to Hugh and see if he has anything to say about that.
Back already? No matter. Lay out your arms. The girl. What about her?
Let's ask if he will watch over her.
Are you out of your mind? Who'd stay with an ugly brute who only knows how to smith? Absurd. Besides, she'd never agree to it.
And let's tell him it's what she wants.
I refuse to believe it. I don't doubt you, but I know when something's too good to be true.
I don't think there's anything else that we can say or talk to Roderika about.
If I do, I suppose I should. I'll ask Master.
So let's go ahead and rest. Oh wow, we're not even close. 60. That's incredible. Alright, so she is no longer there. She is back here. So let's go ahead and talk to her again.
Good to see you again. Thank you very much. I have you to thank, don't I? For persuading Master Hugh. I can happily announce that he has taught me the noble toil of spirit tuning. I'm as yet unsure of what I might be able to accomplish, but if I might be able to help you all, I'd certainly like to try. And if there's any chance to ease the suffering of my dear men who were grafted, well, I certainly must try. Roderika, the Spirit Tune Apprentice. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Hey, that is fantastic. So now she is the Spirit Tuner, and Spirit Tuning means leveling up our actions. So with the Spirit Tuning menu, you can spend runes and grave gloveworts to strengthen the spirits you summon from ashes. To strengthen named spirits, you'll need ghost gloveworts. Alright, so you can see we have Lutel equipped. So this first page shows the equipped ones. And along with one of the ghost gloveworts, it costs 1,720 runes to level it up. And all of the others. So it's unlike the smithing stones where it takes 2, 4, and then 6 to level it up. It's just 1 of the level 1 and then 1 of the level 2s. So we can level up any of these that we want to as long as we have the money or the runes to do it. So for right now, we're going to hold off. And let's see if he has anything else to say.
Where have you been hiding? I took you've no matter to lay out your arm.
Roderika.
I spoke with the girl. She has a gift for spirit tuning. So I told her everything I know. I'm indebted to a spirit tuner I met long ago. It was all I could do to honor her. I'm sorry I doubted you.
Alright, that is awesome. Okay, so we can't do that. I don't think that we had anything to sell. Well, I guess we do now. I forgot to check and see if those were... Yeah, the numbers are better. We'll go in and equip those in a minute. Alright, and that's pretty much it for selling items. So, equipment. Alright, so they're much heavier, but it still keeps us at a medium load, so we might as well do that. Kind of interesting look. The little wing things on the side. Alright, so...
Greetings. Are you here for spirit tuning?
Yes, ma'am, we are. Let's see here. I kind of want to level up Lutel because she has been very useful. I kind of also want to get the skeletal militiamen, so I am going to use some of my runes. I'm gonna go ahead and use all 3 of these and see what we can level up with that.
Greetings. Are you here for spirit?
So we can get level 1. So we can get Lutel up to a +2. We can get the militiamen to a +1 and a +2. So we still don't have the level 3s, and we've basically run out of runes. So that was the perfect amount. Awesome. Alright, so let's go ahead and head back to Stormveil, and we're going to go to the Rampart Tower. And we're going to go back down to the room where we fought the Grafted Scion. And then that's where we're going to start from here. So out this way. We shouldn't need the lantern on because we are going to be doing some fighting outside. Be careful of where the elevators are, because if you're not paying attention and you just like zip around the corner, it's very easy to fall to your death. I have done that so many times. Thank you, gravity. Like I've said before, the most difficult boss in the Souls games. So the Grafted Scion is also a one-time spawn enemy. Once you have defeated him, then that's it. This room over here, I had meant to come in as well. Let's use a stone sword key. So that's the first door to the left. There are a couple of enemies in here. The axe wielding. Yeah, they're both axe wielders. So just go ahead and take both of them down. And over here by the fireplace, we have the iron wet blade. And over here we have a hawk crest wooden shield. And over here we have the, I'm probably going to butcher it, but the Misericord, which is a right hand, well, I guess you can use it in either hand, but it's a weapon. So let's read the description of that one, or all of those. And hit the right button, inventory, here we go. So the Iron Wet Blade, it grants you the choice of affinity upgrades to weapons. Iron Wet Blade with a cipher engraved can be used as a whetstone knife. When applying an affinity using Ashes of War, an additional affinity of heavy, keen, or quality can be chosen. So when we do add the affinities, if a certain Ash of War only gives you the option between standard and bleed, for example, we can now add heavy, keen, or quality to that. So this is just going to give us a lot more options for scaling our weapons. And we got the Hawk Crest Wooden Shield, a tall, medium-sized wooden shield, light for its size, easy to handle, adorned with a long-forgotten crest of Stormveil, ancient in design, and that has parry. And the Misericord, dagger favored by military physicians in white. The pointed blade is hard and sharp, making critical hits especially potent. Medicine is mercy, and mercy upon the battlefield is ruthless. Beware the killers clothed as men of compassion. So, physicians in white, that reminds me or makes me think of Vare. So, if we look at the stats on this one, in the middle underneath where the name is, the very bottom line under attack power, critical is 140. So, most of them are at 100. Most items or most weapons, so this one does a lot more critical damage. Okay, so from out here, there was a spot where we could jump down onto this guy, and like the platform right above us is where those two rats are, that I ended up going the wrong way. So just to give you an idea of where we are at. Okay, and then there's the statue. We found some item there. It came through that section on quite a few of our loops. I don't think we really took a good look at this painting. It's Godfrey. It's a scary looking guy. All of the limbs hanging around that I would assume Godric is going to be using or wanting to use for grafting. It's gross. All the piles of bodies. Okay, we didn't take him down. And I still didn't put on Stone Arc. Alright, well, that's fine. We'll come over here, get the horn going. Yeah, we're okay. I'm gonna go ahead and refill my FP so that I can summon Lutel, because why not? We can summon, we might as well. There are a lot of enemies here, so be very careful. Keep an eye on your health. Very easy to get overwhelmed. And blindsided. So thank you, Lutel. Okay, let's go ahead and heal. Fill up our FP. Do some magic. So these, so that is what you need to be careful of. So these things right here are similar to the ballistas, where if there is an exile or a soldier behind it, it's basically a flamethrower, so try not to stand in front of them. I'll go ahead and heal again so that I don't die. Please, thank you. Alright, so I guess against large groups of enemies, Lutel is not all that useful, which is fine. So we want to try to stay kind of up here on this side. There's a really big enemy over there that we want to hold off on going back to right now. So we have cleared this front area. I probably should have checked the time of day. We're going to go through all of the items that we picked up in just a moment. We got that pike, which is a new spear type weapon. We got one of the exile hoods. And I think that's everything. So over here, we want to go up the stairs and pick up the item up here. There is another exile kind of hanging out here waiting for you to not be paying attention. There's some fire arrows. And in the little like wooden box over here, there's another item up top, so let's go ahead and grab that. So for this next big enemy, Lutel might actually be a little bit more useful. And we just got the wooden great shield. So let's go ahead and take him out real quick. And his dog. And Lutel is getting in on it. trying to remember what this guy is called. I know that we'll run across them quite a few times later in the game and in the DLC. I just can't think of what they're called right now. But that went really well. There is another one of these, where did it go? Statues that have to be broken for the smithing stones. The one that we were just fighting is not able to break that, so we'll try to get that later, but no guarantees. And we got another painting. This one is called Prophecy Painting. So Lutel is getting out of his range. He can only be summoned out here. So we are done with him anyway. And we're going to come up these steps and over here to the next site of grace. And we are going to leave that item right now. We'll get it in a little bit. So let's go ahead and rest and take a look at all of the new items that we got. There's probably going to be quite a few to read through. And only 4,000 runes for now, which is fine. I keep hitting the wrong button. Inventory. Alright, so we have the Exile Hood, which is a deep red hood that covers the whole head, worn by soldiers sent to penal colonies who were required to keep their faces hidden. We got the Pike, a long spear featuring an especially lengthy handle, specialized for use from long distances. It boasts the longest reach of any melee weapon, incredibly useful even against foes on horseback, but hard to wield in cramped spaces. And the skill Charge Forth, quickly charge forward with the armament at the hip, carrying the momentum into a thrust. Hold to cover a greater distance. And we got the Wooden Great Shield. Wooden Great Shield reinforced with metal ornamentation. Great Shields boast high damage negation and guard capacity, making enemy attacks easy to repel. And the Prophecy Painting. This painter is said to have captured the landscapes seen during the last moments of those welcomed into death's embrace. The soul of the painter and vestiges of the dead's last moments can be discovered by visiting the location depicted even now. So in that one, it looks like a cliffside and a waterfall and a view of Stormveil Castle. So my guess is that that one is somewhere on the Weeping Peninsula. I'm pretty sure I remember where that one is. So we'll try to go check that out sometime soon. So in this room, I don't think there are any items. There's a door over here that's locked. And this over here is an elevator shaft that goes to nowhere. However, we can pull the lever and get the elevator up here. Or down here. There we go. So let's go ahead and ride the elevator and see where it takes us. Hopefully nowhere scary. Okay. Alright, so when we're facing this way, you can kind of hear that tinkling bell sound. And down here is another scarab beetle. And this one is going to give us Stormcaller. Stormcaller is an Ash of War that gives us one of the skills that channel the Tempest of Stormveil. Spin armament to create surrounding storm winds. Repeated inputs allow for up to 2 follow-up attacks. And you can see the weapons that it is usable on. And then if we come up here, we will see a new enemy type. I don't have on my torch. I just want to put on the torch so we can get a better view of them. So these are little walking jars. I think these are called jarlings. So they do become aggressive, and there is also a not so jarling. Oof. And I was not being very careful when I put on the torch, because that put me into a heavy equipment mode. They are very easy to beat, but like other smaller enemies like that, they can easily stun lock you if you get surrounded, and if there's one of the big jars or living jars above them, or above fighting around you. I'm having a hard time speaking. Okay, next thing we want to do is go up and get these items. However, you can see there is a site of grace down this way, so let's go ahead and snag that real quick and not get carried away when we look to the left, because that is where Godric is going to be found. So that is his golden fog gate before we go into his boss fight. We are going to approach from this side in a little while, probably in the next episode. Time-wise, I feel like I'm doing okay, so we should be able to get to that in the next episode, and then maybe fight Godric in the following. So just come up this side here and get this kukri. From here you want to jump over to this little platform, work your way around, jump over to this one, and come through. We are going to go that way in a moment, but there is some stuff down here. Glad I didn't go too far, because we have another banished knight and a stormhawk, warhawk. Let's go ahead and take that, two-hand. Oh, I didn't even get it into two hands, did I? Yes, I did. Okay. Ooh, and we got the Banished Knight shield. That's awesome. Let's take a look at that. I'm gonna come down here and get a lump of flesh. Pretty sure I read that one. Yeah, I've read that one before. Okay, so from the big jar, we did get a living jar shard, which is a crafting item, and they're found by killing living jars. A fragment of a living jar hardened after its death. Such fragments command a high price due to their magical power locked within. This leaves the living jars unfortunate targets for poachers. We also got a raw meat dumpling, a pungent raw meatball made succulent by virtue of being on the verge of turning. Restores HP, but also poisons the user. Not recommended for those who prefer to know the origin of their meats. So that one can actually be used at very strategic times. We picked up a couple of cracked pots as well. So like if you're like really in a pinch and you need to get some healing, you can devour one of these. It's going to poison you, but it's going to heal you. Another good time would be if, again, you are in a pinch, but you're like in a poisoned swamp and you're already poisoned. Eat this, it's going to heal you and not poison you any further. So, yeah, it can be useful, but just kind of gross sounding. Alright, and then we got the Banished Knight's Shield, a tall, medium-sized metal shield, given to knights who, whether by misfortune or misdeed, that's the same description. So we got their shield, which is awesome. So let's go back to the Uchigatana. There's nothing else down there. And nothing else up here. So we can just jump back up onto those. And now we can come through here. think there's anything. Nope, nothing else in this room. Okay, and now we can jump over this way. Pick up a smithing stone too. And this is slightly above where we found the living jars there and the scarab beetle. And then we climbed up and around and through the hole in the wall. And now here we are. So let's come up this way. And nothing over there. Got another Trina's lily. So obviously maybe Saint Trina has been here before. So we've got a couple of runes, and in this room there are quite a few commoners. Most of them are not going to do a lot of damage to you, but just like any group of enemies, you get swarmed and get stun locked. It's not going to be a pretty sight, so might as well just take out as many of them as we can on our way down. So they do throw stones, or maybe they're throwing glass shards. Interesting. So those don't do a lot of damage, but I guess they might interrupt an attack. Let's go ahead and take all of these guys down. Got another weathered straight sword. Glass shard. And then this item was just the one that was sitting on the ground already. And that was the Manor Tower Shield, which is an iron great shield large enough to cover the entire body. Depicts the Roundtable Hold, gathering place of champions. Great shields boast high damage negation and guard capacity, making enemy attacks easy to repel. And this one has Shield Bash, which was the same as the Shield of the Guilty, I think is what it was called. Yeah, Shield of the Guilty. So if we equip this one, which needs 30 strength, you can see just how massive it is. Well, that's a pretty cool looking shield. And that's what I guess the outside of the Roundtable Hold looks like. Alright, let's go ahead and put our stuff back on and continue. And if we come out here, there is another visitor sign from Sorcerer Roger. Surely what you seek is somewhere close by. Okay, so, ooh, and a smithing stone 3. That's really good. So he did tell us that he was here in the castle searching for something. So, yeah, that's really scarred. I think this is kind of a thing telling us that it's close by. So let's just come down here, continue on down to this area right here. There's an item up on this wall that you want to be a little bit careful jumping up to get the item. And it is a golden rune 5. Well worth it. And no enemies in here. Where are we now? Got some rainbow stones. Oh, okay, I know exactly where we are. So come over here first. You can drop down and continue searching for stuff, but come over here and unlock this door and open it, because this brings us back around to the site of grace. So this, I believe, is where I'm going to end this episode. So we should be able to continue and complete the rest of this area down here. And where is it? From outside this door. So this was that big open area. This is the only other direction that we have not gone. So on the map, this is going to take us kind of through this little curved road here back to the secluded cell. So we'll take care of this little section. We'll take care of that underground section, and should end right here at the secluded cell and ready to move on to Godric. So let's go ahead and we'll pick up this item just so that I can show you. That is where we just came out over there, and I said we can drop down. I was going to use this kind of as a marker to show you, but I forgot about it. So it's a smithing stone 1. You can make this fall here, but there are some items over on the other side, so you're better off going around through that locked door. So, alright, let's take a look and see if we can level up, which we can't. So another 4,000. Hopefully by the time we're done with the underground section, we'll be able to level up again. And since I just looked at it, I am going to take both of those off and put on Glintstone Arc, because I think that will be beneficial. Really want to get up to this one, because this is a really cool spell. Yeah, this one's really cool. Okay, so, getting distracted. That is going to do it for this episode. Again, thank you for joining me. I hope you're enjoying the walkthrough. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I look forward to seeing you next time.